In this episode, we sit down with Alex Bowen. As many people know him from his time on Love Island, but what Alex's time is spent on now is advocating for mental health and mental health awareness, from sadly losing his best friend to suicide a few years ago. We spoke about how he dealt with losing his friend, becoming a father, life in the public eye, and much more. Alex is probably one of the most down-to-earth, genuine, nicest people I've ever met. He welcomed us into his home, and we had the best time having this conversation. This episode is not to be missed. I hope you enjoy it. I started the Tom's Talks podcast on the basis of, Tom's Talks was me talking about losing my brother to suicide and overcoming adversity and everything that I've been through over the last 10 years. But I know that there is millions of people out there that have all got their own story to tell, that have all overcome some form of adversity. And I know that you've been on some journey over the last 10 years. And I know that mental health is something that's also very close to your heart. I just want you to take us back to the beginning. Where did it all start for you? 10 years ago, Love Island?
Yeah, so 10 years ago, I was working scaffolding. My friend who actually passed after later in life, he's the one that got me the job. I was actually being a PT at the time and the money wasn't great. I just needed money and I was scaffolding. And then I had a message from Love Island like 3-4 times, and I just remember it raining. We got in the cab on the way back from scaffolding, and I was just like, do you know what? I'm just going to message them back. And they said, come for an interview. And then they said, you've got it kind of thing. And I said to my gaffer, I was like, Love Island said I can go on the TV show. And it was like, no way. They used to call me Suntan. They used to call me. And it was like, well, you've always got your job back here. And then that was it. I went on Love Island. I was 24 at the time. I'm 34 this year. It was just a mad time in my life. But I think looking back now, I've always stuck to what I believe in a sense of I don't even though I'm scared about things, I don't like saying no, because even if I say yes to everything, because if you say no, you might meet someone on a shoot or a job that might take you to something else that could better your life. Do you know what I mean? And I was young at the time, and then I didn't expect to go on there and find my wife, who I've now got a little boy with. And a little girl on the way as well. So yeah, it's just it was a mad
Crazy
experience.
10 years on, and settled down and with your wife. You wouldn't have thought that going in.
No. I just went on there. I didn't really know what the show was because I didn't watch the series before.
Right.
So my mom actually watched it and she was like, "You're not going on there, are you?" And I was like, "Well, yeah." And then I kind of went on there, and I just went on there for a laugh. I didn't really expect to find anyone, but my best friend Ty at the time, he said, "You're like Olivia," and I didn't really watch it before I went in, so I just didn't have because I didn't really want to have a perception. Because when you watch the show, people watch the show for 45 minutes every night for 6 weeks, and they feel like they know you, but that's you're not seeing who the people really are. So when I went on, I wanted to have a clear slate. And then when I met Olivia, we just I don't know, we just had a spark straight away.
It's good that you had that self-awareness, because 24 is young. That's a very, very young age, and to think like that at that age before you're going on, I don't think a lot of people would have done that.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know. I think it's just the way I was raised, I guess. And I think 24. There was Sophie. Rest in peace. She was I think she was 28, 29 at the time. And then I think everyone else was 19, 20.
Right.
So everyone was a lot younger.
Just a quick one. Most of you watching this episode aren't yet subscribed. So if you want your weekly motivation from some incredible guests, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn your notifications on. How did you, coming off the show, the first series was good, but then I feel like your series was the one that really took off. And then coming off it, the attention and everything that came with it. Obviously, it was 10 years ago now, but how did you navigate that? Again, you a lot more experience now, you've got a lot more self-awareness, but how did you, with your own mental health and everything going on, how did you stay so grounded? How did you navigate that?
Don't get me wrong, I've made some mistakes and picked some jobs that I didn't really want to do because the money was good at the time, I'm not going to lie. But then I got to the stage where I was like, if something don't align with my values, I'm not going to do the job, no matter how much it paid. And I think a lot of people will just oh, it's money I want, and that's fine, just do that. But I got to a point where I didn't really care about that. And to be honest, like along the way, like I had Olivia with me that was going through the same thing, which was helping us both mentally, and we didn't even realise it. So if you're doing that on your own and coming out single, but say if you was a popular one and having to deal with all that on your own, it was a hard thing. But I just think, like, a lot of people, they're saying reality TV, you've got 6 months after a show to do well. And then you kind of drop off because then they're starting to release the one for the next year. Do you know what I mean? We've been doing this for like nearly 10 years. I don't know why that is. I couldn't tell you. But I just think I'd like to believe that it's like I'm nice to everyone that I meet. Like even like the makeup artists, like the photographers, the videographers. Like I'm just nice to everyone. Just say hello. But like I've met people like over the years that have been on the show that are a lot like they kind of have a chip on the shoulder when it comes to it. And I think that's when you kind of drop off. Like, I mean, I could be back scaffolding. I mean, I love that job, but I'd rather have the life that I've had and live now. So
I definitely agree with you, and this is not me trying to kiss your ass, but from that series, I think you were the only person that I followed, and I followed you ever since.
Thank you.
No. And I'm not saying that because I'm just sat there, but I do generally think that, and I think for Liv the same, like, I think you were the most likeable people on there just because you seemed genuine.
Yeah.
Like you weren't trying to pretend to be somebody that you weren't, and you always looked like you stayed true to yourself. And that's what, like I said to you about this podcast, you know, I don't have scripted questions. It's just genuine and authentic. And
I think it's better to be that way.
Yeah, exactly, mate. It's just a natural conversation. And I definitely think that, obviously, although it was 10 years ago, I think that shined through.
Yeah.
And I'd like to think, obviously, I'm sure you'll agree, that's why it's continued as it has. You know, you're not trying to be somebody that you're not.
That's the thing, man. I feel like we've both kind of like progressed with it as well. But like I said, I just enjoy myself, man. Like if a job, like there's some jobs when I'm like, oh, I really don't want to do it. Like we just spoke about it before the pod started about public speaking and stuff. I have got or talking to camera. Like I can talk to you like this all day and have cameras around. It doesn't bother me. But like there's been certain things where I'm just like, oh, that scares me. But I have to do them.
What's been your favourite job or brand that you've worked with, and what's been, obviously you don't have to name the exact company, but like what's the favourite one you've done, and what's been ones that you've tried to avoid because they don't sort of align with your values?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like obviously before I went in the show, I was with Jim King from the start. So they've been going for like 10 years.
He's done well on it, Jay.
Yeah, Jay, yeah. They've been going for like over 10 years now. But like he's always looked after me, and I've always looked after him. Like I've never really gone with any other fitness brands. We've always looked out for each other, and I'm still working with him to this day. I shoot with him yesterday. Like that's like 10 years on.
Yeah, that's wicked.
Like get someone new. I'm getting old. You know, I need Botox or something. But yeah, like I think with other jobs, like I've had the jobs that I enjoyed was, especially like holiday jobs, like you get to go to Dubai and like they're fun. Like I'd never dreamed of going to Dubai or being able to afford to go in places to have like a job to go there and promote something like unreal. And yeah, I feel with like something that doesn't really align with me, I feel like you've just got to know what your values are and your opinion's your opinion and just like back yourself really.
Yeah, and I suppose it's like we said earlier though, that's probably why you've done so well coming off, you know, because again, I don't know every single person that's been on there and everybody's got their own story, but you know, you see a lot of them just taking what they can when they can.
Yeah.
And that's maybe why they haven't lasted as long.
The thing is though, yeah, like a lot of people kind of bash Love Island for that sense, not real people that go on there for love. Like who cares? Like someone wants to better their life and earn a bit of money when they come off the show. Like I respect them for that.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
as long as they're honest about it and don't lie about it and hurt someone's feelings along the way or cheat on, do you know what I mean? Like if they're with someone and they're just doing it for a show, that's bad. But if someone wants to just go on there to like not be famous but just make a better life for themselves, like so be it. Like
you got to take, like life is so short. Like you just got to take everything. Like I say,
exactly. Yeah.
Me and Amy say that all the time. Like we love to travel, and you know it's nice to have savings and money, but also like you know there's from losing my brother. I know you sadly lost your friend. Like it puts everything in perspective.
Yeah.
Like you could be gone tomorrow, so you got to live it for today. And like if you get an opportunity to go on that, then why the fuck not?
Exactly. You just got to do it. And like you said, like going away on trips and stuff like that. Like it's with me and Liv have been some amazing places over the years, and like I said, I'm just grateful. Like, and sometimes like I don't know, we'd be on a holiday somewhere, and I'd be like invested in my phone or something. I'd be like, sometimes look back and be like, you're just on your phone like a wally. Like you're there in these amazing places. Like you just gotta like enjoy it.
So easy to do though.
Yeah,
I have a thing of like trying to leave my phone in the room. if I'm going places.
I'm addicted to my phone.
Yeah, it's easy. I think everybody is.
Yeah, it's bad.
Me and Amy have conversations all the time, like watching a series on Netflix.
Yeah.
And she'll ask me, "Oh, what happened then? Rewind it."
Yeah, it takes you like 4 hours to watch a half-hour episode.
But no, I get that. Though. Like it's so easily done. But then it's like you said, if you've got all these beautiful experiences, you want to be present in the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think you understand that more as you grow older. Like I'm not as old as you. I'm 30 in December. But I think as you get older, you realise more and more that there's only a finite amount of time that you're on this planet.
Yeah.
And you don't want to look back in, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, however, look back and think, oh, I've spent it on my phone.
Yeah, exactly. And do you know what else as well? I think having my son, like sometimes I'd catch myself on my phone while he's trying to play with me, and I'd actually just lock it and just throw my phone. Like I'd throw it across the room. Because I'd just be like, you need to be here with your son. Or Liv would say, Al, you're on your phone again. And I'd be like, it annoys me, but I know she's right. And I'm happy, I'm open to say that, like, because I know that, like, I'm an only child. Do you know what I mean? I've got a selfishness way about me. I'll do anything for anyone. If someone asked me to give them my last five, I'd give it them. Do you know what I mean? That's the person I am. But I've still got that selfish thing. If I want to go to the gym when I want to go to the gym, I'll go. And having a kid, that kind of changed my mentality and my life in that way. And like being on my phone is like such a big thing, which I'm really trying to curb. But as he's getting older and he's got more character about him, and he's like talking to me, we're having conversations, like it's the best feeling.
How old is he now?
He turns 3 in June.
Yeah, they're at that age, aren't they now?
Yeah.
Like so I've got Hallie and Roman, my sister's daughter and my brother's son, they're both 3. And Hallie now, she's 3 and she's just such a little character. And she absolutely hated me when she was first born. Until was it about probably 6 months ago, and now I'm my favourite person ever. But I can imagine now when they're that age, it's like the most special time.
It really is the best time because they become their own little person.
Yeah.
And I think they grow up and become the person reflective on who they're around. So like me and Liv, like we're always like kissing, cuddly and whatever, and he's like really affectionate as well. Do you know what I mean? And I want him to just, I don't know, I just want to teach him values, I guess.
Yeah.
Like even just holding the door for someone or just being polite, please, thank you. Like that's a big thing for me. So, but yeah, having a kid like really does change her. Yeah, but for the best, obviously.
Nah, I can imagine, mate. We get married in 6 weeks, and so I want to start a family in the next 12 months. So it's something I'm really, really excited for. How we'd obviously been in the public eye and doing what you do. How did you navigate having a kid, and what sort of boundaries did you put in place in that sense?
So me and Liv have spoke about this a few times now. I think there's a lot of people out there that do weird, disgusting things. Do you know what I mean? And it's like putting your son out there, or like we refrain from posting pictures that like he's just him or in front of his face. Like I do videos and stuff, but he'd be behind me or like to the side of me or. So yeah, we've had like quite a few conversations about that. But then it's hard, man, because like this is the life that we chose. Like we make a living from like being in the public eye and whatever else, and like they're an adjacent to that. Like they've been brought into that, but then like they're still. I don't know. I don't want to bring him into it too much. It's like I don't know. It's a hard line to cross, I think.
Yeah, I can imagine. It seems like obviously, like I said, I've followed you for a while. It seems like you do have that nice balance.
Yeah.
And like you were talking about social media and like how unpredictable it is. And like some people might take this wrong way, but it is what it is. Like, you know, people love the real, genuine Alex Bowen, and your son is a part of that. And like you said, like when you're posting videos like as genuine as they are, that's what people love. But then, like you said, it's a fine line between.
I don't want to post him all the time. But you know what's mad? Like he's so good on his balance bike. I want to post it. But like, I don't want to keep posting it every single day because like it's not his choice to, is it? It's mine. So when we was kids, like your mum will get the photo album out to one of your girlfriends, and that's pretty much it. Now it's plastered everywhere.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It is. It's crazy how much, especially like.
Sorry.
So yeah. Well, so I'm 30 in December. You're 34. So what were you? 91.
91, yeah.
So like growing up, we didn't have access to what kids have got access to now.
Yeah.
It's frightening, I think.
I don't like it. Like he's got an iPad, but he has it for the car. He didn't really like the car.
Sure.
We'll have it for the airplane. He doesn't have it in the house. The only time he'll have it at a meal is if we're on holiday. If we're here, he'll never have it.
Yeah.
Because like I don't want him to be like this. I want him to be out playing. But it's so cute. Like where we live now, we've got like, because we lived quite on our own before. There's like 2 lads and a young girl that lives there. And then the other side, there's a little boy that's the same age. The little girl knocked on for Abel the other day. So can he come out to play? And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to cry. It was like the nicest thing ever. I absolutely loved it.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
And are you expecting?
Yeah, we've got a little girl on the way, yeah.
Oh, amazing.
And one of each, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
2 kids and I'm done, yeah.
Was that always the plan?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm an only child in it, so, like, we spoke about it, that we always wanted to. But I just kind of think that, because I was an only child, I did always think about having a brother or sister. But like, when we was going to have another one, like obviously I won't care what we have, but if we had another boy, I had this thing about Abel's my little boy. How am I going to give love to another like little boy? Do you know what I mean? It's weird. But now we're having a boy and a girl, it's great. But yeah, I can't wait.
No, I bet.
It's going to be a completely different situation.
Yeah, I can't imagine how things are going to change. How, when's the due date?
August.
Oh, not long, man.
Yeah. So not like at all.
Long at all.
I know. I'm getting my sleep in while I can.
So how old were you when you had Abel then? 30?
31.
And did you feel at that time, like, were you like, I'm ready? Or what?
I was ready when I first met Liv, to be honest.
Oh, yeah? Oh, wow.
Yeah. I've always wanted kids. So I don't know my dad. So, like, to be honest, when I say that and people are like, oh, like, I don't really care. So, like, I always wanted to be a dad so I could, like, be better than mine was kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? And I just think, like, when I had my son, like, it's just the best feeling that you could ever imagine. And it's like, to be honest, being a dad, half of the work is showing up. As long as you're there, like, whatever you do extra, obviously, it would be amazing. But yeah,
Something I'm really, really excited to become a dad. And me and Amy have conversations a lot. Like, I work really, really hard now with the different businesses. And it's like, I work so hard now, one, because I enjoy it, but two, because, like, I want to create, like, a passive income that when I do have kids, I don't have to work all the time.
Yeah.
And I want to be there and I want to be present.
It's so good that you say that, because, like, you know, when you see people that are, like, striving for the next thing, I want to make this amount of money, I want to do this, I want to do this. For what? Like, when do you sit back and be like, oh, like, say, I don't know, for example, if someone's like, I want to make my first million, or 500k, whatever it is, and then they get there, then, let's hit 2. Yeah. I'm just like, just enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I'm happy living where I live now, in my little village, chilling, going to the pub and that now and again. Like when it's like cold and that, going to the pub with a log fire on with the kids and that running around, like seeing all my friends walking back here. I love that, the simple life.
It's the little things.
Yeah, all the other stuff that I do is great and I love it. Yeah. And I know eventually it'll stop and I'll be like, oh, like, we had fun doing that. Yeah. But like, I'd be happy now if like we could just chill.
It's good. I think that's amazing that you think that way. Do you think has that always been the case, or has that come as you got older?
I don't know. I'm just pretty relaxed.
Yeah,
like,
I get that.
Yeah,
vibe,
I'm just pretty like, it is what it is, eh? Just like whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, definitely. It was funny. We was having a conversation on the way down. It was like when we were supposed to come last time, you forgot it was bank holiday, didn't you?
Yeah.
You said, I was probably not even checked with Mrs.
Yeah, that was my fault. That was my fault. But we're in there. We're doing it.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Fine.
No, it's good. And I know, obviously, the podcast stemmed from Tom's talks first, and I lost my brother in 2015, which was horrendous, and
Yeah, sorry, mate.
No, so thank you. It's turning negative into a positive, and I know you've done something very similar. You lost your best friend the same way, but I know that you've done things since that to give back and to help. So
yeah,
and again, I'm sorry that you lost your friend in that way. It's the worst feeling in the world. And it always makes me feel emotional just thinking about like the pain that it causes, because it fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's horrible, man.
But just like, well done for doing what you've done since.
Thank you, mate. Do you know what? Yeah, it was hard because like I had this like following and stuff, and I never really done anything with it. And it took my best friend to die for me to actually do something nice with it. And it's hard. Like even when I talk about it now, it upsets me. Like I just remember when I found out, it was just like the heart. I've never been through anything like that. And when I got told, I just remember dropping my phone. I couldn't even breathe. I just went down on my knees, and then stupidly, what I did, because we had all country fields at the back of us, I just went walking on my own. Just left Liv. Anything could have happened to me. Liv down now. It was stupid of me, really, but I just didn't know what to do. And then I just remember coming back. And then I got in the shower and I was just like crying. I couldn't stop. And then like obviously it does start to like just settles a little bit, and I didn't really know how to control it. Then the funeral happened, and it all kicked off again. And I thought I need to do something to like just remember his name, but also just use my platform just to do something good. But it's just like, that's what I'm saying. It took my best friend to die for me to do something nice. Like,
but reframe it in the other way. Look at what you have done since.
Yeah, I know.
Like Tom's talks weren't like the nicest thing or the most fulfilling thing that's ever happened to me is somebody messaging me saying, you know, if you didn't do what you did, I would have taken my own life.
Yeah, I mean, when you say that, that's
And
amazing, isn't it?
if my losing my brother was horrendous and it was the worst thing that ever happened, but it was the best thing that ever happened because, you know, we went on a night out in Leeds and a guy came up to me, I was absolutely steaming, but he came up to me and said, "Oh, you're Tom's Talks." And I said, "Yeah, mate, how you doing?" He went, "You saved my life."
Oh, mate,
I
that's
just
unreal.
burst out crying. It was,
Yeah.
but like again, like something so shit happened, but think how many people you will have helped.
Yeah.
From obviously you've got such a significant platform, you know, reframe it. Look at what you have done since.
Do you know what? I've never really thought about it like that. It's good to think about it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you just changed my perspective on it already.
Yeah, it is, mate. Like I always think like find the magic in every moment. As hard as it is, and like you say, like I'm trying my hardest not to cry when you're talking about the moment you lost your friend.
All right, bro. It's all right. So have some water, bro. Some water. Alright, take your time.
Yeah, the night I lost my brother was. Sorry, man.
That's all right, mate. Take your time.
Yeah, the night losing Liam was horrendous. You know, I was the one that found him, and yeah, in that moment, nothing compares to it. Horrible, but I look back now, and like the last 6 years have been amazing, and I think for you, it's just amazing that you've got so many millions of followers. You didn't let that opportunity go to waste, and you did something good with it, and that's why I wanted to come and have a conversation with you, because you're the only person that I know that has actually, not the only person, but you know, you're one of the main people that I've followed for 10 years, and I've always really liked you, like who you are as a person. You've always been grounded and genuine and stuff like that, and I remember the first video you did after your friend passed away, and you did the video. And you said, you know, I've got this platform, I'm going to do something with it. I fucking love that. Because how many people do you know that have got a platform like you that don't do anything with it? So yeah, it might have taken for your friend to pass away, but at least you're fucking doing something about it.
At least I do it now, yeah. Well, thank you, mate. I'm so sorry about your brother, man. But it's just...
No, it's just when you're talking about the night, the day that you were told, it's just...
Yeah.
It's fucking hard, man.
It's like... It's hard to even put into words how you feel. You just feel sick.
Yeah.
You almost feel empty.
Yeah.
Like crazy. Like, I don't know. I just feel like hollow. Like there's nothing there, and you don't know how to like navigate that moment. But yeah, like I said, like I'm just trying to, like, you know, having you here today, I'm so happy that you've come and we've had this conversation.
Thank you, man.
opening up to me like that and speaking about it like that, because that's just made me realise even more that I need to push it even more. Like that's honestly, means a lot what you've just done there. That's amazing.
Oh, thank you, man.
But yeah, I mean, like, what I am actually going to be doing soon is, cause obviously I can't run next my knee, which is what I was doing anyway. I'm going to basically do. It's for this, you know, the Samaritans charity. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I think it's going to be like August time. I'm going to do like a marathon on the ski erg, a marathon on the rower, yeah, and then a 100-kilometer bike ride, like one after the other. That's going to be no pain in my knee, so I should be able to do it. But yeah, I just need to do something to like focus my mind on. Like, do you know what I went on a podcast recently, and I haven't spoke about him for a while, and I got upset straight away, because I felt like I'd forgot him. I felt like I haven't done anything or spoke about him for a while. Like, there's a picture on my landing, and every morning I'd walk past him and I'd just tap him. Do you know what I mean? And I haven't done that for a while. And I need to, I don't know, I don't want to forget his name. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like I need to start doing more stuff. Because, like, I think you've got to live on through them. Do you know what I mean? I don't want him to just be, like, disappear fully. Do you know what I mean?
And you're already doing it, man. I think you said about the public speaking. I think you speak well anyway, but, you know, the experiences that you've had, I think could make a great talk. You know, and there'd be a lot of opportunities out there. And like I said to you, you know, the thing about public speaking that people hate is that they go up on stage and they don't know what to talk about or they don't know how to deliver it. But if you was to, you know, come up with a talk and, you know, I'd love to help you do it if you did decide to do it.
Well, why don't we do it then?
Yeah,
And
definitely.
just take me on one and we'll just do it.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's
No, I'd
do
love
it.
to.
Yeah, man.
I'd love to. Like I said to you, mate, I think if you sit down, like I was really fortunate that through the school furniture business, I had a school that I was just working with for furniture requirements. And I explained it was the head of sixth form, she was called Beck, so this is back in 2018. She was a lovely, lovely woman. And we were just discussing the furniture requirements. So because she was so nice, I just opened up to her. You know, my brother passed away in 2015 and it was 2017. I was in a really bad way and didn't want to be here anymore. And I told her all this. And then the saddest thing was that 6 weeks holidays, one of their kids actually took their own life. So she rang me in September and said, this has happened, it's awful, you know, as a school we're really struggling. I remember what you said, you know, would you like to get up in front of the kids and tell them what you've been through? And obviously now you're in a good place, tell them how you got there.
Yeah.
I didn't even hesitate, I just went, absolutely.
So you've got your calling now, haven't you? That's what you need to do.
But all she did was, not all she did a lot, but she just sat down and like, right, let's talk about the beginning, let's talk about the middle, let's talk about now. And she just helped me put it into a PowerPoint presentation, put some images there. And then it was January 2019, I stood up in front of the sixth formers and I did it for the first time, absolutely shitting myself. When I talked about finding my brother, that was the point where it was the hardest point, but I got through it. And then I put it on social media and then everyone was like, fucking hell, yeah, we want to book you. But now, because I've been doing it for 6 years, like Amy's like done an amazing job of making my, like, should have seen the first presentation, mate, it was fucking horrendous.
Was it bad?
It was so bad.
No, that's the thing, like you got to perfect what you want to say and like, it becomes like second nature, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Do you know, every time you speak about it, do you feel, how do you feel? Like, what's the emotions like?
So when I'm doing it in front of a school, I don't, sometimes I feel it inside, but I do really well at just, like, because I'm doing it for so long now, like I feel like I'm delivering it in a really powerful way.
Yeah.
And my body language and my theatrics, like I really deliver it with a lot of emphasis and power. But we actually did an event in January, it's called the Mindset Movement. So there's me and 3 other speakers and we did it in Barnsley. So it was the first time since 2019 my mum had seen me speak. And literally, I got up on stage and I saw my mum and I saw Amy, and Amy's mum that I'm really close to. And I didn't even have to say anything, I just started crying.
Yeah.
So as soon as I was in front of my family, I was like,
it's different. Yeah.
oh, but it is honestly the best thing ever. And I think you would be an extremely good speaker. I think just putting it together, losing your friend and not just that, but like you obviously, you do, you know, just going through Love Island, but staying as grounded and as humble as you have, and using exercise and everything to stay on top of your mental health, you know, I just think there's definitely something there, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's like when I started my coaching platform, Pure 45, like I didn't, obviously anyone can be a coach. You just got to learn the knowledge and train for years, and like you can coach people and to build muscle, lose weight, whatever it is. But then when it become like the Pure 45 community, and it's like a lads group chat, and there was like lads like talking to me saying I'm really down and stuff, and just like, but like the groups really brought me up. That's when it was just like, it's more than coaching. It's more about like, I'm actually helping people. Do you know what I mean? And even if it's like, they don't really care about like the workouts or whatever it is, but they're a part of something, like that just means a lot. Like,
yeah.
And I feel like after speaking to you today, like I said, I feel like it just needs, I don't know, I'm going to do a lot more with it. And like, if, you know what, I'm going to face the fear and I will do a talk maybe.
Yeah, definitely, man. I think you should. I think as well in schools as well, and like we're similar height, similar build. Like you'd walk into a school and the lads immediately would look up to you, they'd respect you, and they'd listen to you.
Yeah.
And it's similar for me. Like I always wear a suit for my talks, and I'll not go into the story why, it's quite a long story, but like I go in and the head teacher's like, the kids respect you, they look up to you.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, especially in schools, like you walk in, obviously you're well known anyway. The lads especially will listen to you. And then if you then talk about, you know, the highs, but then also talk about the lows and the vulnerabilities.
Yeah.
You know, you're 6 foot odd, well built, good looking lad. then those lads will be like, oh, well, now I feel like it's okay
To connect to it.
not to be okay. And that's the powerful thing.
Do you know what I think, like, as well? Is, you know, when people throw this word around, like, influencer a lot, like, I absolutely hate it. If I did something like that, like, that's causing influence.
Yeah.
That's when I'd be proud to be like, that's what I do.
Definitely.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it'd be class, mate.
Yeah. You're scaring me now.
No, and if you do want to do it, mate, I'd absolutely love to help you do it.
Yeah, man.
I think it'd be class.
All right.
How do you then, on the mental health basis, obviously I know you've been through a hell of a lot, and the journey has been a lot of ups and downs, I imagine. Like, what do you do that really helps you with your mental health?
Routine.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, it's got to be a routine. Like, my life and my job is like so sporadic and all over the place. It's like, oh, you got to go to London tomorrow. It's like, oh, you've had a job come in for Thursday. It's like, you can't. But if I've got stuff planned and if the plan goes off plan, then I'm getting inside myself and I'm irritable, I'm angry. Like, or if I miss the gym for a certain amount of days, I just want to kick off. Like, I'm just not very nice to be around. Like, even it got to a stage of like, I went to see a therapist actually. And I felt like just speaking to someone that I didn't really know just helped me so much, because I just felt lost. Like, people, like, I've got a great life and whatever else, but I just felt like I didn't really, this was before Pure 45 and whatever else. I was just doing all the TV and all the Instagram and whatever else, but I wasn't really doing anything. Once you've done the pictures and the shoot, like, you don't work for another week or whatever, then you've got another shoot. It's just like, I don't know, I just felt lost in myself. And then, like, I'd set myself, like, I've got like this little calendar. I just set myself up for the day. Right, you gotta get to the gym. It's not times or anything, but just certain things to do. Because if you feel like you've won these little goals or you've ticked them off, I just feel so much better about myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think routine. It's not the same for everyone, but for me, routine is absolutely everything. Like with the gym, with like, oh, you've got to drop Abel at nursery, then you've got to do this, you've got to do a tip run, even small things like that. Like, I tick them off as I'm going. It just makes me feel so much better.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's the exact same thing for me, mate. Routine is everything. Even to the point like where I wake up in the morning, first thing, glass of water, gratitude, go to the gym, cold shower, and then for me, like, once I've done, you know, win the day in the morning, do the hard things, the rest of the day just seems
That's
like,
the thing, man. If you get the hard things done first, then the rest of the day is easy. Like,
definitely. And I think, like, again, you may or may not agree with me, but I think that is why there's such an epidemic in mental health at the minute, because life has become so easy.
Yeah.
Through like technology.
Yeah.
There's just no resilience in anybody anymore. And I think as well with social media, like, everybody just sees the tip of the iceberg. Like, social media is not real. Like, everybody has bad days.
Everyone blames social media though. If you look at all mental health, all everyone's like, oh, it's social media doing that. It's social media doing this. It's just like, people have bad days just generally.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
but it's down to the person. And what I try and educate in kids is when I'm going into schools doing the talks, is that, like, the worst thing you can do when you wake up in the morning is you go on your phone and you go on social media.
Yeah.
Because you just instantly, like, the algorithm on social media is focused towards the negative, because human beings are wired to focus on the negative. So you're constantly looking at negative shit on social media.
Well, I deleted Twitter. Was X now.
I deleted it.
I deleted it. Yeah, because you go on there, it's just like car crash. Someone's done this, like airplane. It's just like, what am I reading this for?
So the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning, you're looking at negative shit. You've set the intention for the day in the worst way possible. Whereas if you give yourself that first hour of the day when you wake up, you don't go on your phone, you do an exercise. You don't even have to go to the gym, just go for a walk. Or like I love an ice bath or a cold shower. It doesn't have to be that extreme.
Going out for a walk is one of the biggest things.
Massive,
like, just
man.
being out, like, just even if you walk through the streets or whatever, it don't make a difference.
Massive, man.
But it's funny, you know, because like from losing my best friend and whatever, like, men's mental health, like, when I say this, I don't want people to take it the wrong way. I feel like there's got to be a balance, because, like, especially now I've got my son, like, I want to be very careful how I word this. So, you know, when men don't show their emotions, and that's all the narratives that's pushed. You can cry, you can, like, talk about your feelings and that. That's fine. That's what I want. That's what I push. I push that all the time. I wish if you feel bad about something, you should say it. But then it comes up to a point where when you keep talking about the problem, you're feeding the problem. You're just giving that problem power. Like, and I feel like I want to teach my son, like, about resilience and, like, life ain't like sunshines and rainbows. Like, there's going to be times where you don't win the trophy. Do you know what I mean? Like, but you've got to realise that. And I want him to learn that from early, to just, I want him to build resilience, to be able to look after himself, but then also know the time when to actually open up and cry and show your feelings and your emotions and that. 'Cause like, men do bottle it up, but like this narrative that people keep pushing is like, just men need to show their weakness. I don't think crying's weakness. Like, I think that's just a normal emotion. But like, I feel like a lot of people push that narrative, and it's just like, I don't know.
I think I agree with what you're saying. We have to encourage men to talk because men don't talk, but we have to encourage men to take action.
Exactly. That's what. Yeah. That's. I mean, you just said that in a way easier the way than I said it. But yeah, that's. I don't know. That's just the way I feel about it. 'Cause that's all you hear now.
Exactly.
You
man.
have, and obviously it depends on the situation, of course.
But and I think for me that one of the issues is, and again, it's like people might take this wrong way. It's you've got to take action. Like if you and again, I've been there. Like there was a one point where I did not want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
But like when you're in that moment and you feel sorry for yourself, and you don't want to be here anymore, and you're depressed. I get it. I've been there. It's fucking shit. But you can always do something.
Yeah.
There's always a positive action that you can take.
Yeah.
And again, it's hard when you're in that mindset to understand.
You can't get out of it.
To understand what to do, but you've got to want to do it. And there's something that I say in my talks as an exercise that I do, and I get everybody in the audience to close their eyes. And I just say, I'm going to ask you 3 questions. Have you ever struggled with depression? Put your hand up, keep your eyes closed. Anxiety, keep your hands up. Keep your eyes closed, put your hand up. Stress. First question, 30% of people put their hand up. Second question, another 30%. Third question, near enough everybody in the audience has their hand in the air. And then people are like that. I'm like, right, if you've got your hand in the air, put your hand right up in the air for me. So everybody's like that. And then before they have the opportunity to put the hand down, I say, right, open your eyes and look around the room. And I was like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
You struggled. And then I'm like, exactly.
People don't realise today.
You're not on your own.
It's mad.
But the most important thing is that nobody is coming to save you.
Yeah.
If you want your life to change, then you got to be the one to make it change.
That's the thing. I feel like there's a process to like. You've got to, if you are like depressed, obviously I don't think I don't think I've been depressed in that way where I've like, I don't know, I've been really low about myself. Obviously there's been days where I've been emotional and upset and cried and, but like when I spoke to the therapist and stuff, she said something to me, because I went through a stage of like going to events and stuff and I wasn't confident. People think I'm confident and whatever, and I was like, I don't want to be here. I feel like I need a drink to talk and be normal, and have, you know, that small talk you have. And then, and I was like, I don't want to be, I don't know what to say. I'm worried that I'm going to make myself look stupid. I got into a rut of just thinking like that. And do you know what she said to me? She said, it's similar to what you said about when everyone just had their stress. She says, when someone's like talking to you, they're probably thinking the exact same thing. So that everyone's thinking the exact same thing. Yeah. They're probably worrying about how they look, not how you feel. They probably think you're confident still. So she said, just remember that everyone's always in the same boat with situations like that.
Everybody, what's the saying? It's like everybody in a situation is thinking about the same things that you're thinking about. Everybody's like, when everybody walks into a room, you think, "Oh, do I look okay? How's my hair? You know what they're going to think about me." And then the person that you're looking at is thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah, but no one really cares.
No one gives a shit.
No one really cares.
It's like when fucking obviously spilt an energy drink on my shirt.
Yeah, I don't even notice.
And I was fuming. Amy's there. I'm driving down. She's dabbing my top. I'm like, for fuck's sake! It's one of the biggest podcasts of my life, and I've just fucking spilled an energy. And then I get here, and you don't even like you don't care. Yeah. Like you can't even see it.
It's so funny how your mind works. But I think once you do start to realise little things like that, then it just be like your life just become a little bit easier.
Definitely.
Like, especially in social situations, if you do feel a bit awkward or whatever.
100%. My therapist taught me something. Like, you have a million thoughts a minute, but you can choose. That's out of your control. But what is in your control is whether you give action and you make those thoughts a reality.
Yeah.
And it's always made me think now. Like, I think Amy will agree with me. I'm a lot calmer now. Like, I don't let little things bother me. I don't like driving around. Like, I do a lot of driving for work. Like, I used to let somebody cutting me up, like, ruin the next half an hour. Like,
I'd be like that as well.
And now I'm just like, well, I'm never going to see that person again. Like, it doesn't really matter or not. So what's the point in getting angry? Like, don't let a negative 10 seconds ruin your day.
Yeah. But I think, do you know what? People just do that in general, though. I'm so chill, but then some things that just roll me up just get me for the rest of the day. Like I said, like routine is the thing that saves me. If my routine gets messed up, then I'm just like, oh, I'm so irritated. Do you know what I mean? If sort of like a plan changes that's not supposed to change that I've set up, Like I can't control my emotions towards it. But that's something I'm learning. And I think that's the thing, like you just learn every day and just do.
We're not perfect though, are we?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Nobody's perfect. Like, I like to think of myself as similar to you, mate. Like I'm chilled, I'm relaxed. But like, for example, yesterday I'm not a golfer, by the way. I went with my dad, spent some time with him, played 18 holes. By the end of it, I felt like I wanted to collapse.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Absolutely. I got home, and I was a right grumpy bastard.
Yeah.
And Amy called me out, she's like, what the fuck's wrong? And
It's one of the worst games to play.
That's not me. Like I'm not a grumpy, I'm not a negative person. But again, like we're all human. Like no matter how hard we try to be a good person and try to be better, there's going to be days or there's going to be times where we're not right.
Yeah,
we're not
100%. Totally
part of being a human being. We make mistakes and shit goes wrong sometimes. It's
just life, isn't it?
It's facts, innit? So, what's next for you then, mate? What's coming up in the near future that you're excited about?
Obviously, I'm about to get my baby girl.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that. Like I just feel like, because I said I wanted 2 kids and that's it. So this will be like the last time we go through all the sleepless nights again. Unless she's a great sleeper, which will be amazing. And then that's it really. Like I haven't really got anything planned. Like I just want to I want to just be present with my family more. I want to grow my coaching business as like to a stage where I'm just like you said, it's like a passive income that's nice and I'm helping people. Now you've given me like the idea to jump on stage and talk or something, but I'll go with you first and watch you do it first.
I'll hold you to that.
Yeah. I've said it now, it's on camera. But yeah, I think that's it really. I just think, like I said, just be present with my family, grow that, and just get out of my comfort zone really.
I love that, mate. Just one last question before we finish. You 24 when you went on Love Island. So over the last 10 years, if you could go back to 24-year-old Alex just before he was about to go on that programme, what would you say to him?
Pick Olivia. I'd just say like, just enjoy the moment that's about to happen. Because I think there's certain times where, like I was away, like me and Liv was on holiday somewhere, and I didn't realise where I was and how I got there. And I think like, I had the best 20s of my life. Like I never thought I'd visit some of the places, and just enjoy the whole process, and just stay grounded and just learn along the way, I guess.
Yeah, I love that, mate. I thank you again, mate, so much for your time. Like I said, from that first or second series, I think apart from Scott Thomas, I think you're the only person that I've followed ever since. Yeah. And I genuinely do mean it. I think you're one of the most genuine, humble, nicest people I've ever met. Like when we came into the house, you were so lovely and so welcoming, and you don't get that anymore. So don't stop being you, mate.
Thank you, mate.
Thanks for your time, mate. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.